Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A new bill aims to open up the betting tables for a high reward, but at what risk? Also tonight, federal funding for the CNMI resumes as the shutdown ends. And history and culture all rolled into one, a day at the local museum. In sports, over 200 runners raced the course in honor of our service members. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Your search for unbeatable internet speeds is over. Visit Docomo Pacific today and sign up for as low as $60 a month so you can experience our fast, reliable internet speeds for yourself. Docomo Pacific, better together.
Tangy pickles, slivered onions, tender pork covered in our delicious barbecue sauce, and topped on a home-style bun. Behold, the McRib. It's not just a sandwich, it's an experience altogether. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Just a short flight from Saipan, adventure is soaring high at the Hilton, Guam. Guam Adventures invites you to take flight on our zipline adventure, a breathtaking ride where the ocean sparkles below and the island breeze rushes past your face. Glide over tropical gardens, feel the thrill of the drop, and capture that perfect view. This is one experience you'll never forget. Show your CNMI driver's license and we will even throw in snorkeling at one of the best spots on Guam. Because adventure shouldn't just lift your spirits, it should lift you right off the ground. Book now and take your trip or layover to new heights. We can even pick you up. Book now at guamadventures.com.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Half a day, Tita Wami, and good evening, Commonwealth. You're watching the Channel 2 News on November 14 from our studio on Capitol Hill. The Apatang Administration, facing deep budget woes, is pushing to revive Saipan's casino industry despite a troubled past. The government says it's a critical step to rescue the Northern Mariana Islands' drinking economy. But could it repeat costly mistakes?
In the heart of Carapan stands a white elephant, the unfinished, bankrupt Imperial Pacific Casino. Under the Casino Act of 2014, the exclusive license granted to Imperial Pacific International came with big promises, 2,000 hotel rooms and billions of dollars in investment. But it was a pie-in-the-sky project that began with luxury yachts and claims of massive bets at a temporary casino inside DFS Galleria, while construction in Carapan started next door. What followed was a trail of scandals: illegal construction workers, injuries, unpaid contractors, and even FBI raids. Ultimately, IPI went bankrupt, leaving behind an empty shell and scores of lawsuits. Lawmakers had waived a bonding requirement that would have forced the company to carry insurance that might have finished the project when things fell apart. Now, Governor David Apatang and Lieutenant Governor Dennis Mendiola want to rewrite that law. The bill would end IPI's exclusive license and allow multiple casino operators to enter the market. The administration argues the new system would diversify investment, stabilize revenues, and help fund retirees' pensions. With a projected $22.9 million budget shortfall next year, officials claim the reforms could bring in over $100 million in 5 years. The amendments would also legalize online gaming and digital payment systems, which the administration says will meet U.S. regulatory standards. A company called Team King Investment, which acquired IPI's assets through bankruptcy, has expressed interest in operating under the new open license system. The Apatang Administration promises stronger oversight and a self-funded casino commission, but critics question whether the CNMI has a track record or capacity to enforce it. This would be the second major attempt in a decade to use casino gaming as an economic engine. The Tinian Dynasty casino failed before it, now sitting abandoned and in decay. And there's another obstacle. The People's Republic of China has cracked down on overseas gambling, effectively banning junket operations and making it harder for high rollers to move money abroad. So as the CNMI wrestles with declining tourism, job losses, and pension shortfalls, the casino industry is once again under the spotlight, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
Relief and millions of dollars for the Marianas is forthcoming with the lifting of the federal shutdown.
The longest government shutdown in United States history is now over. After 43 days, budget delays, furloughed federal employees, and halted nutrition assistance program benefits, with a vote of 222 to 209, the Congress has passed and President Trump has signed a budget bill reopening the government. Congresswoman Kimberly King-Hines says this means full benefits for the month of November for food stamp recipients in the Marianas.
The issue basically is that there are still some procedures that need to be followed and guidelines that need to be met, and that will take some time. So I'm not quite sure if benefits are going to come out today, tomorrow, or next week, because obviously you had the whole of the federal government shut down, and now all these things have to be turned back on.
King-Hines requests patience from the community as the local NAP office goes through the distribution process. She shares that the continuing resolution also includes 3 appropriation bills passed as a part of the overall package.
The funds that have been allotted for equipment for the mayor's office is included in this. The $1 million for the warehouse at CHCC is included in this funding package, and I think also about $1 million for the Tinian water infrastructure. And so now we're seeing some of these asks actually materialize through these appropriations.
Another win for the CNMI that King-Hines highlights is a package put together and submitted by local agencies in the CNMI.
I'm incredibly excited about the investment being made in Rhoda for the replacement of their generator there, $2.5 million. That's significant. Solar batteries, so a lot of infrastructure with regards to utility, also addressing invasive species concerns, some money for the public school system, and so that, it's all spread out.
Congresswoman King-Hines is set to leave on Sunday with plans of being at a small business committee markup discussing a legislation that she introduced.
This legislation will make the CNMI eligible for microloans for our small businesses here, and so I'm excited that that's happening as soon as I get back, and hopefully that'll pass in the House and be signed into law so that our small businesses can avail of some of these programs that are currently available elsewhere. The shutdown really set us back, but now, I'm not quite sure when I'm going to be back, but it doesn't matter to me. Right. I'm mission oriented, and the job is to get as much help to get the people the relief that they need.
A symposium, Self-Understanding Through Preserving the Indigenous Languages of Chamorro and Carolinian.
At the World Resort last week, those working together, working on and mapping the preservation of the indigenous languages of the CNMI gather for a 2-day symposium on strengthening our language roots. Ramona Camacho.
We have our 2025 Chamorro and Carolinian Language Symposium, 2 days, yesterday and today. This is actually to cover language preservation, both in Carolinian and Chamorro. So it's been asleep for so many years, and we're trying to preserve the language because it's dying out.
The Chamorro and Carolinian Language Policy Office has a mission to provide resources to preserve the culture of the CNMI through language education.
So we even have, we had the panelists this afternoon. They were consist of Humanities Council, legislators. We had the Board of Education chairman. We had the commissioner for the PSS. We had a melting pot of stakeholders because in order for us to preserve our language, we need a whole collaboration with many stakeholders. So this symposium today and yesterday was all about the preservation of language and to continue the moment of preserving the language. With that said, we got to make sure that my generation preserves the language either way, like I said, whether it be technology or in hard copies, so that we pass it on to them and they continue this preservation.
Coming up, the holidays are coming. We all know a friend or two that skips right to Christmas after Halloween. And ancient artifacts are explored, enhancing stronger ties to the Marianas. More news next.
Trust between service provider and customer is important because it forms the foundation for a long-term positive relationship. Trust influences everything from customer satisfaction to loyalty to community relationships.
Customers provide feedback on the services they receive from us, and their experience is our success.
I recommend Docomo Pacific to a lot of people, especially if you game. If you're like me, who live basically around the internet, they really, Docomo does really care for those who are their customers.
Honestly, from where I work at, I'm a customer service, and customer service is big for me, and they meet our expectations.
One of the positives of being a Docomo customer is the service. For us as a restaurant, we focus a lot on customer service, and it's nice to see, Docomo doing the same thing.
It's clear that they've been working to deliver more value for local businesses like ours. When their internet works consistently, it fades into the background, and that's how it should be.
Just a short flight from Saipan, adventure is calling on Guam. Guam Adventures at Leo Palace has the perfect mix of thrills and sightseeing this holiday season. Check out the off-road adventure where the trails splash, spin, and roar. And for NMI residents, after your ride, cool off with a free water park pass at Leo Palace Resort and enjoy 20% off lunch because adventure works up an appetite. So whether it's a weekend escape or a layover to remember, make it count with Guam Adventures. Book now and turn your trip into a thrill. And yes, we'll even pick you up. Book now at guamadventures.com. You push hard, you move fast, and you want real healthy food that moves with you. At the Gold's Gym Shake Cafe, your fuel is ready when you are. Packed with protein, vitamins, and real fruit, these smoothies keep you strong, satisfied, and unstoppable. Perfect for a quick on-the-go lunch, dinner, or snack. No membership required. Power your day your way at the Shake Cafe inside Gold's Gym Saipan.
Welcome back. You're watching the Friday night edition of the Channel 2 News. Early on in the Fall Harvest Festival, the corn is not yet green.
The corn is kind of brownish here at Fishing Base for the Fall Harvest Festival, but the festival is green. Brand new, that is. Aiden Umel.
Here we got the GCA's Fall Festival. It's the first time that we're doing it. So basically what happens is earlier this year, our school and the church, they renewed the land lease for another 40 years, and basically what's the requirement that DPL has is when you renew the land, you get to, you basically have to improve it and do some projects. So then we're trying to raise, the school's trying to raise some money to do kind of like what a lot of the other schools have, is they have like a canopy over their our basketball court, and then a lot of other school projects like better library and cafeteria. So it's really for a good cause for our school.
Early in the morning, before the festival gets into full swing, there are games and food and a clown. There is a Chinaman and a choo-choo and a photo shoot. And what cornfield would be complete without a Grandma Rose teaching the birds how to whistle?
As the Marianas Visitors Authority rebrands the CNMI, highlighting culture and heritage, we get back to our roots and our traditions. In a similar light, a history lesson for the youth of a local high school that sparks the minds of all ages.
Students of Cagman High School's Japanese 2 class toured the Northern Mariana Islands Museum of History and Culture. Executive Director Lenny Leon led the tour, sharing insight on ancient artifacts and what it was like for the people of the Marianas.
I find that working with students is one of my favorite stuff about the museum because of all the questions and all the curiosities that they have about certain artifacts or even the photos, right? Those questions really not just allows me to share stories and facts about the artifact, but it lets me want to know more about those artifacts.
Although the students focused on exploring artifacts and history within the Japanese period, their tour entailed the different eras in the CNMI history, from German to Spanish to ancient Chamorro and Carolinian times. We hear from the curious minds of the class.
Everyone's always talking about how the Chamorro culture is dying out and we don't really know what to do about it. But I think it's interesting that people don't learn about how our culture was started and what people first thought of us, and then how we can improve from there or make people's perspective of us better. Even though I was mostly always going away from the group where we were at, I like that they didn't limit us from wandering around, because I got to see a lot of other stuff that we weren't focusing on, all the old pots that were in the bottom of the ocean. I like those.
The curator he introduced a lot of artifacts to us and the history of the museum, the fact that it used to be a hospital and there used to be a big barracks outside, and a lot of stuff like that. I'm not Chamorro Carolinian, but being born here, I think it just really helps me to understand the history of this place, being able to see the stuff from 40, 50, maybe even 100 or more years ago. It just makes me feel really more tied to this place, especially considering the fact that I was born here.
Well, for one, I'm not a Chamorro or Carolinian. I'm actually a Chuukese American. But to understand the history of someone else's culture to a deeper depth is amazing to me, especially if it's not my own, because I love to explore different varieties of traditions. I do like to point out that there are the artifacts that were shown in the museum bring up a lot of questions, how did this happen? Why is there a dent in it? Why did they make those artifacts in the first place? Was it to present to somebody? Was it by tradition? Was it something to is it a coming of age ceremony thing? It brings up a lot of questions like that. And those questions can only be answered by observations, by the materials brought into this new generation.
Honestly, I haven't had a field trip in a while, and I think this was one of my best ones throughout the school year. I think it was really organized, and that was my first time having a guide at the museum. Thank you, Sensei, for taking us on the field trip. We really appreciate it. It was really nice learning about the things that they had back in the old days. And I loved how the person that was guiding us, he didn't stray away from any of the graphic stuff that happened. And it was really cool.
Cagman High alumni, now admin assistant Scott Borja, helped chaperone the class while taking in learning lessons as much as the students.
It's been a long time that I've been in here, so being able to see all the artifacts and all the ancient items and just learning a little bit about the history just got me a little bit grounded with the culture, and to see how our people were able to persevere during hard times. Yeah. I just want to encourage people to come and take a look around here. If you're feeling curious about what's going on with our ancient times, you can always find some answers here.
It is only mid-November, but the season's first Christmas decorations are already being assembled. Our Dan Shore reports.
Along Beach Road, a variety of government agencies contribute to the island's well-adorned Christmas village.
So every year, the government hosts the Christmas village for people to come and enjoy.
And you're with Department of Public Lands, is
Correct.
that? Oh, okay, good. So these are public plants?
Yes.
Yes, they are. You. Okay. In on the islands, just does Santa Claus wear all of that clothes, or does he do it nude like I do?
Well, I believe for Saipan, he wears all that clothes. We haven't found a confident Santa yet.
Yeah. Oh my, a Saipan Christmas Minute.
Coming up in sports, a sunrise run in honor of the men and women who served the red, white, and blue. Stay tuned, CNMI.
From sunrise to sunset, Saipan is full of adventure. On the water, in the water, and on the land. But wherever you are during the day, when the sun begins to set, there's only one place to be. Godfather's Beach Bar at Micro Beach. The place where locals and visitors come to play, make friends, and make memories. Turn the perfect Saipan day into the perfect Saipan night at Godfather's Beach Bar and bring your best lines.
I'm going to make you an offer that you can't refuse.
What?
Come join the family at Godfather's Beach Bar, where sunsets, laughs, and legendary nights all come together.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
But I think of you sometime. Want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us.
This Christmas, give the gift that keeps on giving: health, strength, and confidence. Gold's Gym Saipan gift certificates are the perfect present for anyone on your list, friends, family, or even yourself. From memberships to personal training sessions, it's a gift that inspires a stronger, happier new year. Stop by Gold's Gym Saipan today and make this Christmas the start of someone's fitness journey.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! The mayor of Saipan is hosting another 3-on-3 youth basketball tournament. Last time, the games took courts of Cagman 2. Tomorrow, it'll be held at Garapan Basketball Court, starting at 9 a.m. In our next story, the full-day celebration on Veterans Day kicked off with a sunrise run to honor our locals who served in the nation's military.
Run Saipan hosted the third annual Veterans Day 5K yesterday morning. The signature race had 205 registered runners, 76 were veterans and armed forces personnel, and 129 community members. Race director Ed De La Cruz says for the first time ever, this race received a title sponsorship by HYC Corporation. The race course started off on Paseo Drive with a turnaround point by Gold Beach Hotel and the MVA office along Beach Road. Overall champs are Victor Nash Santos coming in at 18:47 and Diana Zeng with a time of 24:35. Armed Forces champs are Terrence Leung coming in at 24:14 and two-time champ Hanol Sky Lee with a time of 26:05. And this year's veteran champions are Matthew Furan coming in at 24:23 and Veronica Mendez Ariola with a time of 28:48. A morning filled with community support for the veterans of the CNMI. Here are some highlights.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight and through the weekend, partly cloudy with a 20% chance of isolated showers. East winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with lows of 78 tonight and tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning, east winds at 15 to 20 miles per hour with highs around 87. Sunday will be breezy with east winds 15 to 25 miles per hour, highs around 87 and lows around 78. Low tide tonight at 10:45 p.m. with a rise in tide tomorrow morning at 4:09 a.m. and a dip in tide again at 10:08 a.m. High tide again at 4:44 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. The sun sets at 5:44 p.m. tonight and rises again at 6:19 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Well, that's news, sports, and weather. Thank you for joining us, CNMI. Have a good weekend.